So in this section, we are going to see the code extensions, the VS Code extensions that we need to have so that we may be on the same page. And then we are going to connect backend and frontend so that later on, when we create the APIs, they will be able to communicate with the Vue, okay, and fetch data from the backend. That being said, let's go and check the extensions. So on the left side of the VS Code, you can click on these extensions here, and you can see I have already installed some extensions. These are the ones that you need to install as well. So the composer itself, you must have that one. The Laravel official code extension, the Laravel extra IntelliSense, live server, of course, we need to have that. PHP all-in-one, PHP IntelliSense, we need to have that installed. And then PHP server, prettier code formatter, you need to have that for PHP. And then Tailwind CSS IntelliSense, this saves a lot of time, so you need to have it. And then Vue official, because we are using Vue. I can close that one. Make sure you install all of them. Now we can start connecting the backend and the frontend. So I'm going to open the backend folder. So I can open the terminal. You can come here with these three dots, then terminal, new terminal. Okay. And for this one, we can move into the frontend directory like that. Then we can run PHP, we can run npm run dev and hit enter. Then on the other tab here, we can move into the backend directory, and then we can write PHP artisan serve and hit on enter. So the server is running on this particular port. Okay. Now, for connecting the backend to the front end, we need to have a course file inside this configuration folder. But as you can see, it is not there. But actually it is there, but we can activate it by writing a command, php artisan config, and then publish course. Okay, so I can clear the terminal. Then I can write that command, php artisan config, then colon, publish course, then hit on enter. You can see there is a new file right here which has been generated automatically by Laravel. So inside the file, when you click on it, let me remove the terminal for the moment. We are going to look at the property that's known as allowed origin. Okay, this one. Then inside it, we are going to paste the frontend URL. Okay, so the frontend URL, which is this one, http localhost 173. We can copy that without the end /, and then we can paste it in there like that. Okay, so that's it, and save. Okay, now having that, we can completely do away with setting up the database, and for our case we are going to use MySQL. So we can go to the backend folder and then look for the env file. Then I can adjust this one. Let us look at the DB connection database. Instead of backend, we can call it CRUD app. CRUD app, like that. And then we can save. We can copy it, copy, and actually save the file. Now, we are going to go to the phpMyAdmin and create this table manually from there and name it exactly as it is here. So how are we going to access the phpMyAdmin? So we're going to the XAMPP, and then we are going to click here on the admin, and automatically you can see it is redirecting us to the browser where we are going to create our new table. So it is loading. It should take some few seconds. Let's be patient a bit. Now it has opened. Now we can create the table here. So we are going to click on the databases tab over there. Then you can see here, create database. We can put the database name as we have created it on the env file. We can copy it again, and then we are going to paste it over there, and then we click on create. Now the CRUD app database has been set. Here it is. When you click on it, there are no new tables. Okay, that's good. So we are done on the backend side. So let us go and see how we are going to connect from the front end side. Okay, so I can clear that. And then I'm going to go to the front end folder. And on the front end, we are going to create a .env file over here. So we are going to create a new file. And we can name it .env. Click on enter. Okay, this file we can move it over here. I think that's the place where it's supposed to be. Yeah, so we are going to name inside the .env file, we are going to write this, right? And then API underscore base underscore URL, and then equals to HTTP. So it is going to be equal to the backend URL, server URL. For example, when we run PHP artisan serve from the backend, this is the one we should write this one. You can see it is on port 8000. So that is what we are going to write over here. So HTTP and then colon / localhost, then colon 8000. Okay, and we can save it. And inside this source src, we can create a new file and we can name it axios .js. JS, enter. I can remove the terminal at the moment. So you can see the axios.js file has been created. And then inside this axios.js file, we have to import the Axios. And Axios is a package that we have to install it using npm. So we are going to open the frontend tab terminal, and then we are going to press Ctrl+C to clear, to cut off everything. And then we can write npm install Axios. That can take some time to install. Let us wait. Yeah, you can see added some packages and audited 160. So it has installed. When you go and look at the package.json, you can see Axios is right there. So we have installed it. So we are going to go to our file. Then we are going to import Axios from Axios. Axios from Axios. Okay. Then we are going to create a variable. Const. We can name it Axios client, which is equals to Axios dot create. Then inside it an object which is a base URL, and then we can import meta, import dot meta dot env from the env file that we created, and inside the env file there is write underscore API underscore base underscore URL. Okay, there you go. And then we are going to export default. And then what we're going to export is Axios client. Okay, no need of putting it on the brackets like that, and we can save it. So now what is happening is we are importing Axios from Axios, and then we are creating a variable. Okay, and inside this variable is where now we are calling our URL that we have already saved it from the inside env file. So any request is being sent to the backend via this localhost URL. So having that, now we need to go and start creating our front-end pages where the user information are being displayed. So we have where everything is being displayed, like the home page. We need to have the list Okay, and some heading. We need to have a different page for creating the data, and another page for updating the data. So we need to have around 3 pages. So in the next lesson, that is what we are going to learn. Thank you.